When I was a child, there was a sense of community. When I'd go out and play in my neighborhood, and one of the neighbors would see me doing something they thought I shouldn't be doing, they immediately call my parents. And before I knew it, I was back home getting a tongue lashing if I did something wrong. And sometimes when I didn't do something wrong, I started the tongue lashing. But it was a sense that the community worked together. When we look at these Virginia Tech killings and the massacre that's happened and the great tragedy, the first thing that comes to my mind is that loss of community and the sense of spiritual values and all the things that we've seen that we don't have anymore. When I talk to young people especially, I sense that. There's no sense of community. Families are disintegrating. Children live in cyberspace, in cyber communities. There's no sense of reaching out and touching one another, or what I used to see as real friendships where you cared about your neighbor. We've lost all that. So it's, when it comes to killings like this Virginia Tech situation, how you make sense of it is that we just have a bunch of lonely people running around. I've often heard that America's a society that really prizes individuality. I don't think the word's individuality, the word's lonely. And so we have a very self-absorbed society. People integrate inward. They don't integrate outward to their communities anymore. Even many psychiatrists now are coming around saying, that's it, that's the problem. They're not only saying a loss of community, a loss of religious values. So what's the solution here? Clearly, we have to follow what some of the key psychiatrists are saying and our religious leaders. We need to get back to a sense of community. But that's going to have to start at the ground level. We're going to start rebuilding our families. We're going to get a sense of sacredness of human life. We're going to have to move away from just the media self-absorption, and which is another problem in this particular case, and all the cases where a tragedy happens, wall-to-wall coverage. Many sociologists and psychologists said, don't do that. What you're doing is you're encouraging this kind of activity with imbalanced people. It's their 15 minutes of fame. So we have to back up from our greed, our self-absorption, and just look at our families, our religious communities, involve our children in the totality of our life. If not, I'm afraid we're going to see these repeated again and again.